Greetings all, and welcome back to another episode of What the Fuck is a reborG podcast. I am that dude reborG. Been bullshitting, supposed to get y'all a episode like a fucking month ago, but I've been on that bullshit, and you put life on the top of that ice cream as a topping, and it's all fucked up. But I'm here now, giving y'all another show, try to get some continuity, some consistency going, but fuck all that. Let's go ahead and get into the topics. Boy, he chilling, doing what he always do. Being the goofy motherfucker, not paying attention, running into shit, letting his excitement get the best of him. But he don't seem to be hurt. He chilling. He just loving life. So fuck it. Let's go ahead and get into these topics after I do what I do. Alright, first thing we're going to get into is the Amir Khan Terrence Crawford fight. I knew it was going to be some bullshit, and that's what it was. He knew he was going to lose. Crawford almost floored him in the first round, and he was fucking him up. Amir Khan has superior hand speed, good boxer, but his chin is made out of paper mache, and I really don't like that excuse that he caught a low blow and he couldn't get back into the fight, because I watched the Andrew Galata versus Riddick Bowe fight. And if I have a chance to, I'm going to put that in the description so you can see how Andrew Galata was literally punching the dick of Riddick Bowe in two separate fights. And Bowe still wanted to fight. Like, he was still in it to win it, He still thought he had a chance. And the fucked up part was Galata was winning. He was whooping Bowe's ass. But, when the rounds got to the late middle, when this hit about the 7th or 8th round, Galata just lost control and was punching them all in the nuts and shit. So it was just weird to say. And Amir Khan didn't catch none of that shit. He got his ass whooped. And let's just hope this fight will, get the wheels turning for the Errol Spence fight against Terrence Crawford. Due to the management and TV companies, the bullshit will be in abundance. So I just hope it happens. But shit, I don't think I got to talk about the Mikey Garcia fight, did I? Yes, I did. Damn, that's how long it's been. Boy, I have been fucking up. How can you get fans if you ain't got no shows? Boy, the bullshit I am doing. Okay, in other news, UVA won the national championship. Shout out to them. I knew they were going to be a good team with Tony Bennett going there because, like I said before, I liked his work at Washington State, and I figured he would get a lot better recruits. In UVA he has, and he's turned that into a championship team. Shout out to him. Still not a fan of that racist ass Charlottesville, because I've been there and I know what's going down. It wasn't that long ago with the tiki torches and the cargo shorts and shit. So, but shout out to him. Good win. I didn't really have that much faith in Texas Tech, and I think UVA kind of got lucky with Auburn taking out all the competition as far as UNC and Kentucky, because it might have been a totally different game if that was the case. What else is popping off? Cole Anthony, he's going to UNC. Good decision. I figured he would be the one, with his father being a long-time NBA vet and part of one of the best college basketball teams all time at UNLV. I figured he would give him the proper guidance, and he did. He went to a school where he gonna get the ball and they're gonna run. So all the school works for him in all types of ways. So good going on that. I don't think it was no other big commitments. I know it's not. Cassius Stanley, old ass, going to Duke. Duke pulled a good recruiting class by getting Matthew hurt. But they look good. I don't know what it's going to be next year, because when it comes to the one and dones, you got to wait and see, because they could look like trash. They could look buns like Kentucky did in the first game against Duke. But Kentucky looked like they was on, they was damn near in the Final Four, or the Elite Eight. I forgot where they lost to, where Auburn beat them. But they had a chance to, make some things happen, and they played pretty good. They looked like a totally different team by tournament time. But shout out to them. Everybody pick your schools. Best of luck for you. Do your thing. NHL playoffs is popping. I was real surprised to see the Lightning lose and the Calgary Flames. They both had good records, top seeds and stuff like that, and they got beat with no problem. I wasn't too worried about the Pens. The Pens got swept, which I didn't expect, but the hockey playoffs are unpredictable. Like the Golden Knights getting to the Stanley Cup last year after being an expansion team, and I enjoy watching the hockey playoffs because you just don't know what's gonna happen. And playoffs in general are lit. I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be a game 7 in cricket. That shit gonna be intense. So I've been enjoying it. The Capitals are up 2-0 on the Hurricanes in game 7. The Capitals are fucking up by not being able to perform on the road. I hope this doesn't bite them in the ass in the next round because some teams don't be bullshitting. What else is going on? Finally, Vlad Jr. is going to play for the Toronto Blue Jays on Friday. God damn. They got this goofy-ass rule where if minor league prospect doesn't play a certain amount of games, you could keep him on the roster for longer or some bullshit like that. Somewhere they trying to stretch his years out so they don't have to give him no bag. But sooner or later, if his talent shines, guess what? You're going to have to give him some goddamn money. So stop being cheap and stop with all that bullshit. Good to see him playing. NBA playoffs. I know y'all saw Lillard with that dagger last night. Oh, that shit was cold. Damn, that was cold. What now for Paul George? You decided that you wanted to stay there. This is the results of it, man. I'm sorry. This is what, second year in a row that y'all got put out by a team that people thought y'all were more talented in, and a lot of people would pick Westbrook over Lillard, and and I'm not saying Westbrook is buns and no shit like that. He not sorry. He guns like a motherfucker. God damn. People talk about Kobe gunning, but shit, it was some wins coming with them guns. But during Shaq and after Shaq, he was gunning, but shit, they was doing some winning. Shit. But we'll see what happens there. What's the name? Billy Donovan's not gonna be able to coach. You can't coach that dude. He's got to have somebody that's going, like Mike D'Antoni, that's going to handle the ball and let the reins loose, because Billy Donovan's still trying to coach, and that's not the recipe for Westbrook right now. I don't know what it is, but we shall see. The best to him. The semifinals in the East, oof, it looks like it's going to be good. The Bucks Celtics, yeah, that intensity is going to step up. We're going to see if the Greek Freak, could take it, see what he got for him. See what he got for the Celtics. I think Kyrie is just going to play, he going to be saucy because that's just what he does. But he trying to get this big money deal, and to see what he going to do at the end of the season. So it's an interesting matchup. I can't call it right now. And the 76ers and the Raptors, I just want to see what they got. Hold up one second. What the fuck? The fuck is going on in here? Shit is fucking up. And just, to get off topic, that's why I'm buying me a house in the near future, so I don't have to deal with silly shit of this nature. But back to the playoffs. The Sixers and the Raptors, that's another one. Just want to wait and see. Both of them, they match up well. Boy's being an asshole. We know how that goes. Could you hold on for a second? Calm down, sir. Jesus. When I pause, I don't be beating boy ass. I'm just telling him to shut the fuck up. That's pretty much it. But that's going to be a good matchup. The Western Conference, it really doesn't matter. I think the Warriors are going to come out on top. So that's it for that one. If you were looking for more, you better watch ESPN for that shit. I watched some highlights for some college spring games, and that's how big of a football fan I am, is that I will take time out my day to watch practice. And the only one I was really interested in watching was the Oklahoma one, to see how Jalen Hurts looks good. We all know Lincoln Riley is a good offensive coach, and they're going to be able to put up some buckets. So shout out to the kid, man. He finally get his chance to sign, because I knew he wasn't going to be able to. I knew when Tua committed to Alabama, he was only keeping the seat warm for him. But we'll see what goes on with it. See what happens. Football news, Big Ben signed that extension. It's going to be real tough for y'all to bring some free agents around. You don't have that many draft picks, and your draft picks are high because you guys do some winning. So we shall see. In the Frank Clark trade, I think it works out pretty good on both ends. The Seahawks really don't like to pay people. We can see that. Cam Chancellor retired. Earl Thomas is with the Ravens. Richard Sherman left. Beast Mode left. A lot of people left, but they gave Russell Wilson the bag, and they'll probably end up giving Bobby Wagner the bag too. But we shall see. And it helps out the Chiefs because the Chiefs need all the defensive help they can get when you going against Tom Terrific. Because if you ain't got the defense, you ain't going to beat Tom. You think you going to outgun him? You are a fucking fool. But here's what we're here for. I got another episode probably this weekend I'm going to try to do where I'm going to just go over my favorite things over life. It's like 200 questions, so I think that could, be a real interesting thing. Just to give y'all more insight on me. I know people get tired of, me talk about sports all the damn time, so I'm trying to find new and creative ways to incorporate other shit that people want to hear. So, but until then, let's go ahead and dabble on into this mock draft. With the number 1 pick, the Cardinals, I got them picking Kyler Murray. Ever since Cliff Kingsbury made that comment about Kyler Murray, even before he got the job, it just was solidified. And there's nothing against Rosen. He just don't fit what the hell Cliff Kingsbury trying to do. So, yeah, just take it how it is, man. Fuck it, Kyler Murray. I hope they can put some weapons around him, like a solid line and all that other shit. Because you need that type of stuff if you're going to be good in the pros. Like, it hasn't been too many quarterbacks that have been drafted that can make it without the help. Like, even with somebody like as athletic as Michael Vick was, he still had Algie Crumpler for his safety valve, and he also had Brian Finneran, and they had the pieces around him, okay, to fully use and utilize his abilities. The Cardinals ain't got nobody but Larry Fitzgerald. We don't know how David Johnson is going to come back because last season he really didn't look like he was totally healthy or totally into it. And it might have been the fact that line is completing the other ass. And that's one thing that's really will fuck you up in the long haul if you ain't got no line. You want to know how Jared Goff is, has been able to look so good outside of the Super Bowl loss? It's because they went out there and they signed an old veteran. I can't remember his name. Andrew Whitworth. The Bengals cut him, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. And McVay everybody knows how good he is on offense outside of the Super Bowl slug. But, they have Whitworth there, and it has worked out tremendously. And he has the weapons around him. So that's, a pretty good example of how far you could go with the proper pieces. Because at my age, seeing quarterbacks like David Carr and Tim Couch, people can't name none of their supporting cast. And there was a reason behind it, because they weren't good. And that helps towards the failure of your quarterback. So I'm hoping that the Cardinals can put the pieces around Murray so he can flourish. Okay? Because like I always say, I wish the best for everybody. I don't want nobody to be bummed. I don't want nobody to be a bust. I want everybody to be good, to make every game exciting and, something that you just want to see. Excuse me, that was a silent burp. That shit hurt like a motherfucker. Okay, pick 2, San Francisco. I'm going to go ahead and give him the racist Nick Bosa. And I say that because them tweets he deleted, and you deleted them tweets because them shits was racist. You sound exactly like what them tweets were, a Trump supporter. Shout out to you, though. But they need somebody who can actually rush the passer. They've drafted a lot of defensive linemen, and they've been better suited for the run and holding up blocks. You need somebody that can get to the quarterback. And Bosa has it in his DNA because his dad was a first-round pick of defensive end. I think his uncle was one, his brother. So that's just how it rolls. And I think he has a chance to be good and come out here and get a 7 to 9 sack season real quick. It's possible he could get more because they played the Cardinals twice, and the Cardinals I haven't seen them invest in the line, so we shall see. And Seattle still can't block, so that's what it is. With the 3rd pick, the Jets, I'm going to give them Josh Allen because I think they would be better suited for somebody having that pass rush. Quentin Williams is a good pickup, but I don't think with the way that his style of play, like he's more of a Warren Sapp, get to the pass, pass rushing type defensive tackle. And they need somebody that can hold up some blocks so CJ Mosley can shine. And I don't Quentin Williams is not a brick wall like that. But with Josh Allen, he will be able to rush the passer and make things easier for C.J. Mosley. Works out hand in hand. With the 4th pick, I got the Raiders picking Ed Oliver. I think that they can't pass up on somebody that can cause havoc in the middle. And I like Ed Oliver because I like him a better prospect than Bosa or Quentin Williams because he spent his whole career in Houston being double teamed. And he's found a way to make himself effective in the first 2 seasons. The 3rd season, he was pretty good. He got into it with the coach and stuff like that, and things got fucked up there. But he won't have that in the pros. Things will be catered towards him more, and he will learn more. And they're better suited for that because, Major Applewhite, the coach for Houston, is more of an offensive guy. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to put in his 2 cents on defense, for Oliver. So I don't really know what was going on there, but I think he'll have a better chance in the pros to be able to shine and do his thing. The 5th pick, I got the Buccaneers picking Devin White. It just works. The new defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, he does this thing on defense. If you don't know, check his Wikipedia. Todd Bowles does this thing on defense. And with Devin White, which I think is another defensive player that will flourish, I think he's going to be able to, hold it down and make it happen with the Bucs. Because they got Jerry McCoy and Vita Vea there, so he can be able to keep himself clean, make them play sideline to sideline, and drop back in coverage. 6th pick, the Giants. I actually got them picking Quentin Williams. I think they'll go for that pass rusher defensive tackle because that's when they're at their best as a defense, when that 4-man front is making it happen. I think they've made decisions on the offense that they think they could be fine to, wait till later on because they have another pick, I want to say 17, because they holding out hope for Eli, so we shall see. 7, the Jaguars, I got them getting Jawan Taylor because he could be that right tackle that you need to block. He doesn't have to be the main blocker because at this point in the NFL, if you can block, you can block. If you're a left tackle in college and you don't have the footwork in the pros, they can put you at the right tackle and let you flourish, like Taylor Lewan, and I forgot the white boy for the Eagles. They did that too. But I think he'll be fine there. If you don't have to take on the main responsibility as the left tackle, I think he'll be okay there. They're going to need some wide receivers too. At number 8, I have the Detroit Lions picking... I think they're going to ahead and go pick T.J. Hockenson from Iowa. Great tight end. Kid can block and catch. And Stafford needs all the weapons. I think Matt Patricia, with him being the defensive coordinator, I think with whatever pieces they could pick up in later rounds, he could coach them up to be something. 9, I got the Bills picking Rashawn Gary. I think the Bills will use somebody who's a versatile defensive lineman. They played pretty good defense last year, and I think with Rashawn Gary's athleticism and his versatility, it could be beneficial. They probably want to go offense, but they probably not going to pass up on somebody that good. 9, I got the Broncos picking Drew Lock. I don't know if this will finally be the chance or the time that Elway finally gets it right as far as quarterbacks go, but he's a big arm thrower, and he missed out on getting Rosen last year, passing up on him, period. It worked out for him anyway. Bradley Chubb ended up being a good pick, but it's time that y'all really get a quarterback that y'all, want to build the future on. At number 11, the Bengals, I got them picking Dwayne Haskins because we don't have faith in Andy Dalton. We'll just move on from there. Haskins is a good quarterback. He showed at Ohio State. If he has the time and the weapons, he can make it happen at a grand scale. And number 12, I got the Giants. I looked at the G. Oh, I fucking stink. We got the Green Bay Packers picking Noah Fant. I think they'll pick Noah Fant because he's more of the catching tight end. They don't give a fuck about blocking over there. That line is pretty decent already. So, and with him, Jimmy Graham, and Mercedes Lewis, you can do a lot of things. Mix up a lot of stuff. For 13, I got the Dolphins picking Brian Burns from Florida State. They got the new defensive coordinator for a coach. And I think, what's his name, Brian Flores, and I think that's what he's going to do. Go ahead and get an edge rusher and build up that line. Build it up from the inside out. 14th, I got the Falcons picking Christian Wilkins from Clemson. Grady Jarrett just got hit with a franchise tag, so they don't know what the future holds for that. So if they bring in Wilkins, if he's not that good, he's still on the rookie scale, and y'all can go ahead and spend the big money on Grady Jarrett. If he's good, then you don't have to spend that money on Jarrett, and you could just move forward amicably. 15, I got the Redskins picking. I got to pick a Jonah Williams from Alabama. The Redskins need line help. They need line help. I know a lot of mock drafts have them pick a defense, but that defense is solid already. They got a pretty good defense, and they played great defense last year up until Alex Smith got hurt and things went a little awry. But, I think with them picking Jonah Williams, who's a versatile offensive lineman, they could plug and play, where we weak at. We can put him there. Let's make it happen. And they don't have to put him at left tackle because they have this stalwart and what's his name? The one that punched Richard Sherman in the mouth. Trent Williams. Yeah, I think they'll be fine on that one. Okay, at 16, I got the Panthers picking Andrew Dillard from Washington State. I think Andrew Dillard is the best pass blocking tight end. This kid got educated feet. If you can see how he moves his feet on film and at the combine during drills, you can see it. Now, all he's got to do is just strengthen and bulk up, get them arms right, because they coming for you. But I think that's a good pick. And it shows Cam that you're investing in his future also. With the 17th pick, the Giants, I got them picking Daniel Jones from Duke. I think they're just going to say, fuck it, and just go ahead and grab a quarterback, because I think they just fucking up anyway. I don't think that was a smart decision for you to get rid of Odell like that, and for you to be talking shit after he's been gone on some disrespectful, rude type shit. Cut it out. But Daniel Jones is a pretty good quarterback coming up under, who's the coach there? I can't remember his name, but he's a quarterback coach. He coached the Mannings, and he knows what he's doing with quarterbacks. So I think if they could build the talent around there in New York outside of Saquon, because Saquon getting ready to get a lot of work. At 18, I have the Vikings picking Cody Ford. They need all the offensive line help they can get. At 19, I got the Titans picking Cleveland Farrell. They all about defense. They'll be fine. They already got the interior with Jarrell Casey already putting in that work. Just add some more to the edge rush. 20, I got the Steelers picking Greedy Williams. The Steelers need a cornerback bad. The Artie Burns thing hasn't worked out as him being the number one corner, but I think if you put him at the number 2 of the slot, it'll work out. And I think Greedy Williams is kind of getting shitted on, because I think he should go higher in the draft, but I know how teams do. They full of shit. It's a lot of teams that could use Greedy Williams from 5 on back. Shit, that's a lot of teams that could use Greedy Williams at 1 on back, because the Raiders defense was fucking horrible, and the shutdown corner would help, but hey, it ain't my team. It's just what I see. At 21, I got the Seahawks picking Montez Sweat. It's just easy. They just traded Frank Clark. They need some defensive help, and they've been able to develop defensive linemen pretty well, so I think it works out in their favor. 22, I got the Ravens picking Marquise Brown, and anything they can do to help what's his name? Anything they could do to help Lamar Jackson is beneficiary to the team as a whole. Let's just hope John Harbaugh lets him pass that goddamn ball. At 23, I got the Texans picking Greg Little. They need all the offensive line help they could get. It ain't no need to even go no further. At 24, I got the Raiders picking Brian Murphy from Washington. He's a pretty good corner, man. I think he proved himself to be somebody that you could consider earlier. But if he falls towards the Raiders here, I ain't got no complaints on that. At 25, I have the Seahawks. I mean, not the Seahawks. The Eagles picking Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. There's a video on YouTube about the GM, the president of football operations for the Eagles, and he likes to build things from the inside out. So breaking the big ass defensive tackle there to shore up a whole bunch of blockers to free up your pass rushes. Can't go wrong with that. At 26, I have the Colts picking Jonathan Abram from Mississippi State. He's a hard-hitting safety who could play in the box and help them with those teams like Tennessee and stuff like that who like to run the ball a lot. And it leaves, oh man, what the fuck is his name from Ohio State? Their other safety. Oh, fuck. I forgot his name. I ain't even going to bother looking it up. But that leaves him Malik Hooker. It leaves Malik Hooker to be the deep threat safety that he is, and he don't have to play all over the damn field. At 27, I got the Raiders picking Josh Jacobs. The Raiders need a running back. They did a lot of work bringing in Terrell Williams and Antonio Brown at the wide receiver spot, so I'm pretty glad to see that a wide receiver will not be needed in the first round. Thank you. But I think with Josh Jacobs showing his versatility and his strength, he's like a stronger version of Darren Sproles. And for those who don't remember, John Gruden always has the scat backs around somewhere. For those who remember in the early 2000s when he was coaching the Raiders, Charlie Garner was more, just as big as a threat, catching the ball out the backfield as he was running. And Gruden is a part of that Mike Holmgren coaching tree, so he's all about the West Coast offense, even though it's kind of been phased out in this day and age. 28, I got the Chargers picking your boy Rock Ya-Sin, a guy who has shot up the draft boards, being from Temple. He showed he got a lot of heart, he could play, and he looked good in the combine, so shout out to the guy. 29, the Seahawks, I think this is the pick they got from the Chiefs. I think they're going to go ahead and get DeAndre Baker. They've been able to develop corners also, and I think if you get someone with good pedigree and even just a good football player, I can't even knock him for that. DeAndre Baker's good. I don't see how he fell this far. Maybe I need to check to see his 40 time or whatever, but I think he'll work out well in the Seahawks organization. 30, I got the Packers with their second pick picking Devin Bush. You can finally get a real middle linebacker because they haven't had one in a long time. And I think Devin Bush should go higher. Now, if I'm the Raiders and Devin Bush has to be picked at 24, I say we make it happen. You need somebody in the middle because you could use your nickel packages with him and Vontaze Burfict, and you don't have to worry about shit. But he's a good look for Green Bay. Every down linebacker, even though smaller, he showed he can handle his business. 31, the Rams, Garrett Bradbury, anything to shore up their line, get it younger, make it happen. As far as the defense goes, I don't think they need to use a pick on defense. You could put anybody around there with Wade Phillips, and he's going to find a way to make it work. And with the last pick, I have the Patriots picking Dalton Risner, offensive tackle, just to get the right side spot, because it all depends on what they do with him, because Risner can also move on the inside, and Belichick was very big on Isaiah Wynn before he got hurt, and that's why they let the tackle go. I can't remember his name shit, but they let him go to the Raiders with no problem because they already knew Wynn was going to come back. And when it comes to Belichick, just trust the process. All right, that's the mock draft. The draft will be on tomorrow, and I will be having my thoughts on every pick, whether I see them fitting or not, or if I like them or anything. And mind you that it's not about whether I like the player or not. I don't have anything against the players. I'm just really watching this draft and sacrificing sleep before I have to go to work on Friday, just because I got to see what Gruden and Mayock do with these picks. That's pretty much what it is. And for a team that doesn't have a pick, shout out to the Cowboys. They traded for Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper is better than any receiver in this draft. Not even on the potential side of the game. It was a good pick, and that's why Jones is one of the better draft guys and one of the better GMs. My boy Prince say he top 5. I don't want to give it to him just yet because there's holes that he hasn't been able to fill yet that could put that team over the top. But he is, I give him about 6 or 7. He's great. And when it comes to the draft, I wouldn't even worry, Cowboys fans. He gonna do something that's gonna be, noteworthy. Okay. Now that's another episode. Appreciate y'all for coming out, listening to the kid. I can't even say that shit. That shit was lame. I ain't even a kid. I'm 36 years old. I'm an old motherfucker. All right. I appreciate y'all for coming listening to the man reborG do his podcast. I'm going to try to get some consistency back on this shit, but fuck it. I'll at least be back before the NBA draft. Be easy and be you, man. I'm the fuck out.